Hello, hello, and welcome to this very late video. uh, Welcome to my channel. My name is Brandon Wheeler. I straw my mouth because I was in the army, had heat stroke thing, can't talk unless I bite down something. Moving on. I'm very tired. I just got back from doing a RTT, Warhammer 40K tournament, but this one not at Hobby Town. This one was at Gigabytes in Marietta, and it's a 2,000 point tournament, as opposed to 1,000, which I'm normally used to. So it's just kind of like, okay, we're going to do something different. My list will be posted in the description section if you want to look at it. What I had, I run basically a Raven Guard Raptor inspired list. Raptors are kind of what I base my thing off of. I just do a successor chapter from them. I am the Autumn Guard, fall themed and everything like that. Well, so everything was going to start at like 9:30 in the morning, and I didn't get down to like a little bit past 8. There was 38 people playing, so it was like, okay, a lot of people, like it was supposed to be like, what, 32, but they added because so many people wanted extra play. From what I understand, this was a more higher level RTT, like they had a lot of higher level people playing that normally play. I guess because they have like a major thing happening called Warzone happening in a couple weeks. And so people are getting ready for that, and it's like, oh, okay. So it's not exactly as casual, per se, as what you would call it. But anyway, enough of that. How did I do? Well, thinking about it, I was like, okay, I wonder what's going to be part of the tournament. I have no clue who's going to be there. I had a feeling like if there's a demon army or Eldar or something, I feel like I'm going to play them, especially if there's Death Guard. I feel like I'm going to play Death Guard for some reason. Sure enough, there's 3 Death Guard players that play there. I'm like, okay. And then on the best kills pairing apps, we get paired together. Guess what my first round is against? My very first round is against Death Guard, which is the one army I didn't want to face. I was like, great. So, it's only my second official time versus Death Guard, not including the Horde mode thing I did. So I played against Death Guard, and it went about as much as I expected. I got tabled. And it's just kind of like, yeah, because he had Mortarion, a bunch of these other vehicles. It was very vehicle heavy list. Like, he only had 1 infantry. Yeah, he had cultists, like these Terminator dudes, these 3 things, and 1 guy. He didn't really have any infantry at all. He had a lot of stuff, but he had Mortarion as well, who I knew gave a lot of debuffs and everything. And I've never versed, it was only the second game I'd done Death Guard, but I've never versed Mortarion before. So I was like, okay, well, I'm not doing well this game. Let me see if I could do something against him at least. Now Mortarion was coming towards, basically wiping out everything and coming towards me, but he failed his charge. And I'm like, okay. So I charged him since I had Kayvaan Shriek still on the board with 1 wound. I charged him with Kayvaan Shrike along with the Eradicators. And Kayvaan managed to do a wound on him. He failed his feel no pain, so it's 2 damage on him. So I could say I've wounded Mortarion. Great. So I can only go up from there. I lost 95 to 29. That's including paint. Yeah. So, yeah. It just did not go well. I didn't put things. He talked about it afterwards because we had because you have 3 hours to do the rounds, and I spent sometime. It was about over an hour left. So we talked a little bit, and I kind of screwed up on where I placed some of my units. Because I was trying to keep them in the footprint of the stuff, but I didn't put them behind the building because I thought it wouldn't be part of the objective. And I was just like, oh, I screwed up on a lot of different things. So it's like, okay, maybe next time and everything. I have to say, after all 3 rounds, my Victor suit wasn't really useful till the 3rd one. So it's just kind of like, I don't know. I may not take the Victor suit again for something like this, but we'll see. Now, the second round was an Ultramarine list. One that has Magnus and Robuta Guilliman. That's my second time seeing Guilliman on the board. And it first was going well. This game, oh, I forgot to mention what rounds were which. First round was the Search and Destroy. Scorched Earth was the first round. This one was Crucible Battle, Swift Action, and the Ritual. And this is interesting because I've never played the Ritual type thing before. And I was like, oh, I've never played this mode where you're basically creating objectives in the middle of the board. I'm like, that's interesting. Never done that before. Out of all the times I played, not done that. So first time doing that, and I actually like the mode. I do. Um, I should have been more aggressive, I feel, thinking back, because most of us were kind of staging and we didn't necessarily want to get involved with each other because it's kind of like, even though he was more vehicle heavy, I had more infantry, but it was kind of like neither of us really wanted to do anything. We're just like, it's going to be kind of difficult. But he had Gilliman, of course, and eventually they charge my Librarian and Assault Intercessors and everything, and eventually they would wipe them all out, but not yet, not on that turn. In the initial stage, because the invul, I tank everything and I kill Gilliman. If nothing else, I killed Gilliman, so I can say Angron and Gilliman I've killed. Killed Angron like, I know 3 times, maybe even 4 times. But this is the first time I've killed Gilliman. I made him bleed once before the first time I saw him, so now I killed him. Awesome. But he came right back. He came right back, and it was just like, ah! So that became a problem. But, yeah, and then from there, I just kind of walked over everybody. I was like, yeah, that's what I'm expecting. I got tabled on that as well. It was about 89, 93 to like 38. So my score was a little bit better, but what really did the damage wasn't even them. It was Inceptors. He had 2 Inceptor squads that came in rapid ingress in my back line, deployment zone, since deployment zone doesn't matter. Use them to kind of destroy the Gladiator, kind of do some things there. I mean, the company heroes, his assault things with his captain, with the Gladius enhancements, did some work as well. But really, those Inceptors kind of threw things for a loop that I was just like, that actually was problematic for me. Inceptors are useful, and I'm thinking about getting them in the future, but it just became like, probably should have did something to stop it, but I didn't really have anything to do that. And again, he would wipe everything out, and it was just like, oh well. So I'm 0-2 at this point, but we go into the third round. It's against Tau, and I was like, I had a feeling. It was against a guy I've played plenty of times before, though I haven't played him since the summertime. A guy who was the first one to overwatch me in a way with his Tau that kind of cost me the game. He had a perfect overwatch, and it was just like, I'm not salty about that or anything. Not at all. I say that was the first time because another guy with Tau did the same thing, and I'm just kind of like, Tau and their freaking Overwatch. Both those things cost me the game. But he had this Tonka, big freaking thing, 30 wounds, toughness 13. It was just like, eesh. And I was trying to fight that thing and all that. And we were going back and forth, and I did very well in the game. And I was actually, after whittling down, doing some wounds to the Tonka and everything, my Gladiator, who was off to the side, I got him down to 13 wounds. My Gladiator was able to wound him on the second go-around because the first time failed. He didn't make his saves. I made the 2 attacks I needed. Got 14, because I had reroll the damage thing. Got 14 wounds to his 13. I killed him. He did not blow up, fortunately. That would have been very bad. But I killed that thing and fortunately was able to win. So I felt bad for him though, because he went 0-3, but I went 1-2. I've gone 0-3 in the tournament. The second RTT I ever did at Hobbytown, which kind of combined that and a Crusade, I went 0-3 and it wasn't that time. But this, I got 1 win and I was like, okay, 1-2. Yay. But still, the Tau guy won like an award for best artificer for custom stuff in his Tonka and all that as well. So it's like, okay, so we didn't leave empty-handed. He got something, which is good. Now, the top five, I will say, I will mention what the top five armies were. It was Chaos Space Marines, Death Guard, like the guy who I versed for Death Guard, he got second place. The third guy was Astra Militarum. Fourth was oh gosh, oh, Admech was fourth, and fifth was the another Death Guard. And the top five, all of them went 3-0. They were the only 3-0s and everything. And again, there are a lot of them kind of part of clubs, more higher level play and everything. Some say that often happens, but the amount of people that were there that were more, can you say, higher up players is kind of like more abnormal without this thing. But again, with Warzone, I guess being a couple weeks, maybe people were more playing with that type in mind. So I was like, oh, okay. So it was definitely difficult, but you know, versing Death Guard right off the bat, it can only go up from there. Plus, I could kill him. So I can be happy with that. Next would be Mortarion and Magnus. Magnus, honestly, Magnus feels on one hand easier to kill than Mortarion, but he's harder to kill because all the mortal wound crap they do. If that makes any sense, you know what I mean? It's like he's harder to kill, but at the same time, I feel like he's easier in one way than Mortarion because all the debuffs Mortarion gives, but one step at a time. The pictures that you're going to see at the end are all things throughout the game and just stuff around. So you'll see all the pictures and stuff that I took. There were probably more pictures that we posted. I know they were taking a lot of pictures throughout the thing. They took several of my dread. But everyone loves him because he's just like this. And again, it was by mistake because I kind of put him together wrong. But everyone loves him that way. And just like, yeah, that was a mistake. I've said that so many times. That's his official name. It's the mistake. So you'll see the pictures and everything at the end. Enjoy that. The song is by Eligio Safranic. It's a Warhammer song of things online. Credit to him for that song. Next RTT I do will be the Hobbytown one in March, which is going to be 1250 points. There's the Giga one right afterwards, but I don't know if I'll do that because I got a lot of homework and school stuff I'm dealing with. And I got the GT that it's in May. I might try to do it, but we'll see. As far as everything, how this was, thanks to Gigabytes for hosting the event, to the coordinator of everything and stuff like that. I just got to work on things better. That would help. I'm very tired. It's late. This is only the fourth RTT I've ever done. I have no clue what the GT is going to be like with this high level play. I'm going to get screwed. But hey, it might be fun at least to try once. At any rate, thanks for watching and everything. Thanks to all you for playing and everything. And we will see you in the next one. Goodbye.